Hi, I'm Sara Marks. I am a multi-genre author of romance, fantasy, and horror books. This channel is devoted to my pen name for horror and fantasy, Sr. Marks, and I do a lot of videos about the budgeting and money management around being an independent author. Because all the costs fall on my shoulders as an indie author, I think a lot about the money side of it, and I'm trying to get better control over how much I spend. Today I want to talk about how much it does cost to publish a book, because you might get traditionally published, but this expense is paid just in a different way. When you're an indie author, you have to pay for your editors, your covers, your formatting, and your marketing. When you're a traditional author, this typically comes out of your royalties. You won't get paid until your publisher has recovered the cost. If you've been given a signing bonus, they will not pay you additional royalties until they have recouped their cost. So it might be important for all of us to know exactly how much this could cost you. We're going to start with my next horror book, Harshug. And at this point, it has 3,200 words. Some of this math I can do easily. I've just spoken to my line editor, and she has told me how much she would charge me for this much work. So let's start with editor. There are many different types of editors. There's a developmental. That is somebody who reads through your story to determine if the structure works, if there are problems and plot holes, if characters aren't fully developed, if you need to pull out a little emotion or insert a little more description. These are the people who can help you do it. This is something that can be done by a specific developmental editor, something editors will do. Some are really good at it, some don't really care. You can also hire a book coach who will help you shape the book. Then there's the line editor. This is someone who's actually going to read your story word for word, line for line, and make it better to read. They might give you some tips on the development of it, but primarily they're concerned with the readability. When authors get anxious about someone changing their words, that's the line editor, if anybody. Then there's your proofreader and your copy editor. These days, that's kind of the same thing, but you can hire both if you really want. For Harshug, I'm skipping a developmental edit and I'm going to a line edit, and she's charging me $700. But typically a developmental edit will cost twice as much. So in those cases, estimate twice as much. And then my proofreader generally costs about $200. The proofreader is just going through and correcting spelling mistakes, grammar problems, anything like that. It tends to be a faster process. But this time I'm focused on a line edit and a proofread. So that's what I'll budget for. That means editing will cost me $900 for this book alone. Next, there will be covers. You need potentially 3 covers. Your ebook, your paperback, and your audiobook. Do you need to make all 3? No. Can you make one and base all 3 on it? Absolutely. For me, I go with a company called 100 Covers. They will make you a great cover for $100. But this is a book in a series. And they have a deal that if you come back to them for subsequent books in a series, they'll give you the next one at half price. So I estimated $100, but that could be knocked down to $50. If I was going to do a paperback, the reason that would cost more, probably another $200, is because they have to design the whole wraparound. The back cover, the front cover, and the spine has to be done. They will do the front cover based on the ebook, but that wrap, whatever words you need on the back, your image, your publishing logo, all of that needs to be there. And then your audiobook could be another 100. It depends. I do these two myself. I like a solid cover on the back of a paperback and on the spine, so it's easy for me to do that in Canva. And then I have a tool called BookBrush that allows me to take the ebook cover and put it into a format that would look like an audiobook, complete with headphones. I love it. Next, there's formatting. This is the actual production of your book, and I suggest you focus on the software. There are 3 that are primarily used by them by now. There's Vellum, I think it's Vellum, yes, Atticus, and Kindle Create. These 2 cost between $200 and $350 as a one-time fee. Vellum is only for Apple. Kindle Create is entirely free. Vellum is amazing. It's the industry leader, and Atticus is quickly catching up. What people like about Atticus is that you can use it on any device, including a tablet, because it is cloud-based. It is not a piece of software. Vellum is software. So if you're a PC user or you want to work on your tablet, which props because it's tough. I've tried it extensively. But you can do it through Atticus, and you can't necessarily through Vellum. But features on Vellum come faster than features on Atticus. So if you want, for example, an image behind some of the chapter titles, you can do it easily on Vellum. Atticus, quickly getting there. Kindle Create is amazing and it is free, but it is problematic. It's designed for Kindle only. It does not give you the EPUB format. It gives you not a Mobi format either. It gives you a proprietary Kindle Create formatted document. And it's not perfect. It's still a little wonky. Doesn't always lay things out perfectly. But with all 3, you can import your Word document and have it properly lay things out. It will deal with all those little formatting pains in your butt that no one wants to deal with, like the widows and the orphans, or the gutters and the margins. Just remember, you want to make your book as easy on your reader's eyes as possible. You don't want them to notice the formatting. So using one of these 3 will make it easier. These tend to be flat fees. So if you're paying something that's a subscription for your formatting, you don't have to. But pay for this when you can afford it. And sometimes this is cheaper than paying a person. 4th is marketing. This is where traditional and indie authors tend to merge now. Costs within this are for graphic design, but there's Canva, BookBrush, both of which I've already mentioned, or you can pay someone. There will be web page hosting. There will be a newsletter. I might add here, don't rely on social media as your entire web presence. Social media will come and go. We're already seeing the death of Twitter. We're probably going to see Facebook follow in the near future. Snapchat, TikTok, they're flash in the pan. As important as they feel right now, you will lose all of your followers, all of your people when they die. And are you going to follow everybody to their next platform? Are you going to even know where they're going as their next platform? Versus a newsletter, which you will control. When you choose to leave because MailChimp is the worst, or somebody starts charging an exorbitant fee where there was none before, You just export that list and take it to a new vendor. The same with your web page. You can move from vendor to vendor without a problem. It's not easy and it takes time, but it is possible. And finally, there's ads. This will be Amazon, Facebook, BookBub, and BookFunnel. Those are just some of the ways that you can advertise and promote your book. Amazon, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You will pay for your book to show up in ads. BookBub, these tend to be cold and warm markets, and the fact that cold meaning that these people aren't there to buy books. They might not want to talk to you and buy your book at all. Or they might be a warm market, which they're looking for a book, and maybe your book is a possibility if they decide to buy a book. But BookBub is much more of a warm market in that when they send out your book advertised on their newsletter, you're going to readers who are interested in this genre and looking to buy books. These cost variant fees based on how much you bid and how much other people are bidding and how much of a limit you set. It's much more complicated. Please go take a class. Brian Cohen's free Amazon class is fine. Mal Cooper does a great one for Facebook ads. I will not be teaching you how to do this. I still cannot figure it out for myself. But BookBub comes with a flat fee per list topic. Some topics much more expensive than others. BookFunnel is good for newsletter building and giveaways, for Vellum promotions, for Kindle promotions, but a lot of people use it to connect with beta readers, advanced readers who are going to leave reviews, and to build their newsletter lists. So all in all, I know it's going to cost me $900 for my edit, $100 for my ebook, and I've paid for many of these things already. BookBub promotion, I'm still a little wonky on the ads myself and budgeting for them, which is why you will routinely see a line through my ad budget. So I only need to save $1,000 for this book. What might I want to save for in the future? An audiobook. And if you already saw my video about saving for audiobooks, you know that a human narrated could cost me about $1,000. But I can also do AI with something I've already paid for. Do I want translations? What about swag for my devout fans? These are things I would think about as sinking funds and saving challenges. They're not necessary. They're fun bonus features. And depending on your priorities, they might be important. So, when I update my budget to include Harshug in it, this is the number I'll be going with. And when I want to do an audiobook, this will be the savings challenge. I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them if I feel like it. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this from me. Press the notification button if you want to be notified when new ones get posted. And like this video so that I know it's a topic you're interested in and will make more.